Hi everybody, John Cena here and welcome to FUNKQUEST Season 4, Episode 5. And we are into the second half of the first round. So if you've not picked a Funkster to attach yourself to and follow through the competition, maybe one of these ladies will tickle your fancy. We've got a new Funkster from somewhere in the world that we've never ever had before. So I'm going to say, Lois, new girl, where are you dialing in from?
Hi, I'm dialing in from Johannesburg, South Africa, and it is 9 p.m. at night.
Fantastic. We're going worldwide. FUNKQUEST goes worldwide. Now, Vicky, where are you dialing in from?
I'm dialing in from Surrey, very close to Windsor Castle and the Great Deer Park in England.
Castle, Great Deer Park, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're new to the show, it's very simple. 5 questions. Each Funkster takes in turn to pick an icon. The icon will reveal a question, which may or more likely may not be related to the icon. They get a minute to answer it, to tell a funky story, to tell a joke. When the time up slide comes up, that's it, time up, we're going to the next person. No swearing, no politics, and no religion. Apart from that, say what you want. So because Lois is new, I'm going to ask Vicky if you can go first. So you can pick a kite, a circus caravan, an amphitheatre, or a fox.
I'm going to go with the amphitheatre.
The amphitheatre.
Yeah, my Italian roots there.
Where was your first romantic kiss?
Oh my goodness, I can't reveal that sort of stuff.
Your husband be watching. Well, your husband be watching.
He's downstairs. Hopefully, I'll skip over. We'll just fast. Can I have 2 versions of this podcast and just edit out this question, and I'll show him this one. Okay, so where was my first kiss? I think it was at the back of the village hall in Raisbury. So on a Saturday, my parents were very strict, and my granddad would drive me down to the village when he went to the working men's club, and so that I could go down and see some friends, because the school was in the village and I lived out of the village. And yeah, I think just one day there weren't any friends there, or I was playing football with the boys for a change or something like that. And I can't actually remember his name, genuinely. I can't remember what he looks like. And we had probably like the very first ones, a bit of a traumatic kissing time at the back of the village hall.
Let me ask you a question. So we've just got enough to go on this question. What was the working men's club like?
Oh yeah, it was all right. I mean, it was very, very traditional of the sort of like the 1970s. So there were the snooker tables and the bar. And then there was the room on the side where the families would sit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2
very
sides. We used to call them best side and tap room.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I quite like the snooker side.
Yeah, tap room, that would be darts and snooker. Anyway, next question is, hopefully, Lois, you've got the idea. Be careful what you say, because you probably never even told Google what you're going to tell us. So you can pick the kite, a circus caravan, or a fox.
I'm flying high, so I'll take the kite.
The kite. What would you be doing if you weren't here right now on FUNKQUEST?
I would still be in front of my computer. I would be, as the sign says behind me, walking without skin, which is sharing my story vulnerably to the world. So I'm a podcaster, and I share stories of recovery and hope and healing. And so that's what I would be doing. I would be recording or editing or putting something together for my podcast.
Do you do the whole thing in-house?
It's just me. I do have a little bit of support with some of the audio, but generally it's just me.
What's the steepest learning curve that we could master? You got about half a minute to tell us the steepest learning curve about a podcast.
Sure, just the technology. I need a Michael in my life. I need a young man who can come and make things happen for me. I think
make some magic dust.
I think for my age, I'm doing pretty well, but it is just managing the technology and editing and putting things together and getting the right equipment, and so it's technology more than anything else. Really battling with that.
I think we all get down technology drain part. Anyway, question 2. Vicky, you can pick a horse rider, a blue house, some apples, or a motorbike racer.
I'm going to go apples because I'm a
Apples.
lockdown gardener. Yes.
You might have had this big question before.
Oh.
Well, you might have. I don't know. What 3 items would you take with you to a stranded desert island?
They have to be items, not useful people. Let me think.
I don't know. Could you? Yeah.
I don't know. Are you allowed to take useful people?
Take whatever you want. I don't know.
Well, I tell you what. If Bear Grylls counts as an item, I'm having him.
Yeah.
So Bear Grylls is well known. You know, survives out in the ocean. So I'd like to have him. I never quite understand why everybody has to make fire by chipping things together.
Bear Grylls would sort that out, wouldn't he? He'd do that.
No, I know. Well, but I'd still take a cigarette lighter. You know, to light the fire rather than the box of matches that'll get wet.
Yeah,
or no, maybe I'll leave that to Bear. I'm going to take suntan cream with mozzie bite stuff in it because that always happens.
2.5.
Yeah, and then
food.
Well, a wind-up radio.
Wind-up radio. Yes.
Wind-up radio so that I could rescue. You know, wind up and go. Come and get me. Unless, of course, I'd chosen to be on the desert island to get away from everybody.
On purpose, yeah.
Yeah, on purpose. Yeah, that's what I should have asked first of all. Have I decided to be there on purpose? In which case, I'll swap Bear Grylls for Bob. But if I'm actually being stranded there and starving, I'll have Bear Grylls instead.
I think there's probably a queue of people that would want to go on a desert island by themselves on a purpose. Okay, question 2. Lois, you can pick a horse rider, a blue house, or a motorbike.
I want to ride free on the back of a horse.
Horse. What would you show extraterrestrials as an accurate depiction of the world?
Oh, I would show them corruption and greed and violence on one side. And then on my side, I would show love and generosity and kindness and mindfulness and most of all, forgiveness. I would show them that we are human and we will accept everything given the right opportunity and the right occasion. We will manage that violence and that greed and that corruption with love and forgiveness.
Where would be the best place to see this?
I think of my own country, South Africa. It's got both the good and the bad.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Question 3, Vicki.
Yep.
You can pick some wax crayons, a man writing, some ladies playing hockey, or a book, a lady reading a book.
Crayons to do some colouring in with my grandchildren. Not that that's what the question is going to be.
Well spotted. Where is the worst place you got lost?
Oh, in Egypt, Old Sharm, Old Town.
Yeah.
So we used to go to Egypt a lot, scuba diving. And before it got sort of very built up in Sharm, you could go out and you could walk. You probably noticed that I'm blonde haired, so we would get a fair bit of attention. And the Egyptians are very good at being very polite, speaking English, putting their hand out, shake your hand. And of course, we naturally will go and shake back, but then they hold on and they don't let go. And so we got really good at keeping our hands in our pockets and just going, oh, good evening, and walking past. And we went to Old Town, Old Sharm this time, and went with my sister. And it was awful because it was very much like you see the Moroccan bazaars, you know, very more crowded in with all these little shops. And it was so hard to get away from people. And my sister got a bit cornered and then we had to go and rescue her. So it could be a bit intimidating at times.
When we went to Turkey, we used to call them the whipper-inners.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's their job to stand on the front and get you into the restaurant, and the whipper-inner, that's his job. Question 3, Lois. You can pick a man writing, some ladies playing hockey, or a person reading a book.
I want to get lost in that story that has been read.
The book reader. Where would you or do you have a tattoo?
I do not have a tattoo.
No.
Where would I have a tattoo? I think I would have it on my ankle, because I'm really not into tattoos, and I don't believe in marking your body in any way. So I'd have it somewhere discreet where nobody can really see it. It would be very small, and it would be of a dragonfly or a butterfly, or maybe both. And yeah,
what we'd arrange, if you were to win FUNKQUEST overall, Grand Champion Funkster Season 4, we'd send a man round to put a little FQ that's this big on your That's what we'd do. That's what we'd do. We'd send a little man round to do that, and then have a little FQ. Vicky, have you got any tattoos?
No, I haven't. But I'm always reminded of that scene in Friends where I think it's Phoebe goes to have a tattoo and he gets the needle on her shoulder and she yelps and stops it and says it's a picture of the world from a distance, but it's just a tiny blue dot.
Well, I got a book that Things a Man needs to know about style, and it says tattoos. Remember that T-shirt from that rock concert you went to 20 years ago? Do you still wear it?
Yes, exactly.
In that case, don't have a tattoo.
I never understood how they stay where you put them.
I don't know that either. We need to get a tattoo. If you've got more than 50% of your body tattooed, no, 70% of your body tattooed, we'll get you on the show and we'll find out all these questions. Question 4, Vicky. Yes. You can have a pizza, some Wellington boots, a lionfish, or like what we call cable cars.
I'm going to go with a lionfish.
A lionfish. What's
weird about me? Lord, I think I've only got a minute, so that's nowhere near enough time to do the list. Oh, let's go with a food weird. I don't like my peas near anything. I have a real issue, like on your dinner plate. I don't want my peas near anything, so I have to make a little bridge or a wall out of the mashed potato to protect my peas from the other vegetables, because my mum, when she cooked dinner, would do peas and cabbage, and then the peas would hide under the cabbage, and it would freak me out. Yeah. And if I eat Chinese, I have to eat only the one thing and then only the other thing, and then I don't want I like walls between my food.
I think we've all got some kind of obsessive compulsive, but if you send us a picture of your dinner at any point in the next week or so to put this in the show notes, that'd be handy, right? So we can just prove this. We've all got our obsessive compulsive. And if you've got an obsessive compulsive, leave a comment about that. Question 4, Lois, you can pick pizza, which you may or may not have to eat in different parts, and take the tomatoes off before you take the cheese off, or the mushrooms and before you take the anchovies off. Some Wellington boots, or what we call a cable car.
Well, I'm not too fond of pizza, so the cable car, so I can soar up the mountain.
Cable car, good, because you're from Johannesburg. Where is the strangest place you have been to sleep?
Oh, well, as a hiker, I have slept in some very strange places over the years. I've slept in very strange countries over the years. I was stranded in Haiti, where I ran out of money, and so
without money.
I got a new ATM card and I forgot the number and I couldn't get any money. And I was stranded in a country with no money.
What happened?
I found a taxi driver who kindly just looked after me, and I never paid him, and I only paid him when I got home and I sent him the money.
We've got to find him. We have got to find. When was this in time, Lois?
Maybe 5 or 6 years ago now.
We've got to find this guy. We've got to get him on the show.
He's wonderful. He's absolutely wonderful.
We've got to find him, that guy. Question 5, lucky last, Vicky.
Yep.
You can pick some noodles, a teacup, some coloured umbrellas, and some ladies doing yoga.
Oh, I feel compelled to do some yoga for a bit of inner calm. I've not done any yoga in a long while.
Well, I'm going to perhaps.
Nice question.
I'm going to suggest that you were going to have a question, but I might leave that to Lois. What car would be your dream car?
Oh goodness, I couldn't have had a worse question. I know absolutely nothing about cars. I suppose my dream car would be brightly coloured, and that doesn't mean white, black, or grey. Brightly coloured, preferably yellow or this sort of colour teal. It would be a soft top, but one of those ones that had a button and the roof would go down.
Yeah.
It needs to have an electric seat. I love my electric seat. Press the button and you're in position, and it has to warm up the seat. And I think one of the things I don't have at the moment is a heated steering wheel. We need one of those as well.
Nice. Yeah.
So I can tell you about the features that I want, but if anybody knows what that car is, let me know.
Custom car maker. Do you remember what they were called? Those things where you had the things go down the roof.
Cabriolets. Yeah,
Cabriolet.
I had a Megane Cabriolet coupe for a while, and it was just the most fun. We would put the roof down and sing our heads off really loud anyway. Even if we were in traffic, we would just stop, and people would join in, you know, when the roof's down. It was good fun, but then I couldn't get out of it anymore, so I had to sell it.
Right, so lucky last, Lois, you can pick, and I might thinking about making you pick to educators. So you can pick some noodles, you can pick a teacup, or you can pick an umbrella.
I want an umbrella.
An umbrella. Okay, now educators, right? How many countries in Africa can you name?
Oh, not all of them. Maybe 20.
Yeah, go on then. You got 50 seconds. Oh, we'll help if you get stuck.
South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Zambia, Malawi, 7, Uganda, 8, Kenya, Tanzania, 9, Ethiopia, 8, Egypt, 9, 10, Zanzibar, 11, Congo. 12, I've missed somewhere down south. Uganda,
Gambia, 13, Rwanda, 14,
and then go along
Ethiopia, Eritrea. That's what we're on 15.
The Djibouti,
Mozambique, have you got that?
Mali, Nigeria,
Tunisia, Algeria,
Libya.
Morocco.
That must be 20. That's not bad, is it? Excellent.
Yeah, but then you've got all the stuff that no one ever remembers, which is all the ones that are on that like little west bit there, which is
the Ivory Coast,
tightly packed. Yeah,
Nigeria, Western Sahara. We've had a minute. That's enough. Finished. End of question. Right, so that's the end of the show. Now, one of these ladies is going to go through to the next round, and you can decide who. You can leave a comment with whoever's given you the biggest funky insight, thought, suggestion, something that you didn't know, a different perspective on the same old, and the way to vote is easy and free. Leave a comment on FunkyThinkers.com. It must be on FunkyThinkers.com. Find the episode page. Do not vote on YouTube or Spreaker or iHeartRadio or any of those other things what you're listening to us on. Must be on FunkyThinkers.com. Vote for Vicki or vote for Lois. Vicki, how can we find out more about you and buy all your books?
Oh, awesome. Well, just be able to spell my name. If you can spell me VICKIWUSCHE, then you can find me on Amazon for the books. Or you can come to my website, which is vickiwusche.com, and there's loads of good stuff there about wealth creation and property investing and loads of free resources and good ideas.
Excellent. Lois, how can we find out more about you and listen to your podcast?
Very easily. walkingwithoutskin.com is my webpage, my Facebook page, the name of my book, which is available on Amazon, my podcast, everything. Walking Without Skin. You can't miss me.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Ladies, thank you so much for being on the show. We will see one of you in the quarterfinal, and we may see one of you as a sheriff. Thanks so much for being on the show, and we'll speak soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Vicki. Bye.